Yo, what up? Yay! Hello, everybody. So I still got to figure out this intro thing, so that way I just don't scare the hell out of you like that. Be like, ah! I'll eventually get to that. One of these times, one of these days, we'll get that all figured out. Hello, 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 and thank you for joining us on this. Uh, what is today? April 21st, or as I was so well back in previous times when we kept track of dates and that. This is National Random Drug Test Day, just in case you didn't know. So tonight we have a great show lined up for you. Not sure how long we're gonna go, but definitely not more than an hour ish. I was hoping less than an hour ish, maybe that half hour ish. I got stuff to do, man. So we're gonna hit it hard, hit it fast, and get things going. So let's get our hellos in there. Jello sounds really good, Richard. It does. I haven't had Jello forever. It sounds good. And howdy, Pilar. And hello, Kristen. Yo, Renee. What's shaking? Dex, good to see you. Tanya, I love that. I know it's Tanya. I know it's Tanya. But I love that I said it was Tanya enough that Aaron actually thought it was Tanya too. Even better. That makes my thing come through. Hello, Facebook user. So I'm going to assume that I know who this is. But should we let the? Oh yeah, because everybody can see who that is. What else we got here? What is today? Half the time I don't know. Yeah, today's National Random Drug Test Day. I don't know what days it rolls on anymore until I'm told. I know why by training classes. I know that Matt's on Wednesday. I'm on Tuesday. I've got somebody else that's on Wednesday night, and then that's usually how I know what day it is by who's gone live on what days there. Hello, Martha. So, if what we're talking about today is ways to make money in this time, and as Facebook user here would know, Sandy got some signs for me. So I kind of on that one. Sandy got a hell of a deal. Let's just put it that because by the time I actually thought about it and did it, I was going to have to revise it, and that's one of the things that is fun about this is when you get things and you think that they're going to go one way and they don't go that way, so you kind of have to figure out a different way to do them. So while I still made money on it, and I'm sure she made great money off of it, it was it's one of the things where I could have made it more efficient for me, but I'm not sure how much more efficient on those. But I didn't lose anything, so that was the plus side on that. So now you're looking at things like what can you do? What can you do to separate yourself in this struggling time that we're having because it's a different time out there right now. Because businesses are closed. Some places are still doing curbside. Some places are open. I haven't quite figured out what makes in a business an essential business yet, or what makes it so you can't shut down. Pretty much, I think if you serve food and that's your only source of income or sales is food, you can't be open. Everything else, I think you can kind of get around that because I've seen salons open, I've seen barbershops open. I know they're not essential, but I've seen them open, so I'm not 100% sure how they're getting around it. But one of the things that we're doing is signs, banners, decals, open and close signs, curb sign pickup signs. We're trying to get into the mask game. So I've got a couple samples that we're going to start carrying. Basic bandana type one. Okay. So it's got a fold over in the front, or it's a fold over. Now, it doesn't cover a whole. I mean, that fold over to me, I don't really think it doesn't make it two ply by any means because it's single ply, nice stretchy. We'll do, but it's got one ear hole, so not for kiddos, but it's got one, but it's comfortable. I mean, it's going to do its job. I mean, for a bandana, it's not bad. It fits decently for an adult with a fat head like me. Covers this. It does look like I'm around a bank. That fits in quite well with my surroundings that I'm in right here. So I think these ones aren't bad. Price point on these are going to be, I don't know. I thought I had that handy, and I don't. I might. Let me see if I do have it handy real quick. I thought it was where we're going to be with these. Let's see, because these are, she's going to be like $2, I think. $1.50, $2, depending on quantity, somewhere in there. So not horrible. And like I said, you can go ahead and sublimate on them. I don't know if I did today, but yeah, you can sublimate on them. They're stretchy. They're decent. I mean, they're not, they are what they are. They're nothing. You can see the ear holes in it. So it's got the cut, not the slit with it. Not horrible. Basic covering bandana type thing. The other one is the actual kind of mask type 2-ply. Now, I have seen some people that have made the slit in the side and thrown a filter in there. So technically you could modify that to make it work. This one, there's no true up and down. No true up and down. Elastic sides. In, around ears, down, maybe adjust. This one was the one I wore today, and it took a little bit of getting used to because I got some big ears. Once I got it there, it seemed to be pretty good. Filling here, still able to breathe. I did notice that when I had my shades on, that they did fog up some in there. They did pull on my ears some, so you can see that. It's not horrible, but I think Renee's got mask clips that she should be releasing ASAP, and we're going to have those too. So I think those will work well with this, but it's not bad. It's not horrible. These ones are considerably more than these ones. These ones are going to be in like the $7, $8 range. We've got I ordered the ones from Stalls. So those are like 3 weeks out. I think we got 50 black, 50 white, and 50 gray coming in for those. I found another supplier that I kind of went back and forth with to see how those ones are going to be. I've got another set that's coming in that's the Thai ones, and I'm not 100% sold on those, but they're Thai ones. I believe those are supposed to be here Thursday, I think, when those are going to be here. The other ones I'm going to have in on, we're shipping Friday, so I should have those in early next week. Because there's 3 other ones that I want to bring in before I say, yep, I'm going to start selling these. Because after the big Bella, catastrophe, the last thing that I want to do is pre-sale stuff that is not going to work. I'm just not I'm not going to pre-sell stuff I don't have in my hand that I can't see what the quality is, because then I feel bad if I'm doing it. And this one, what do we got here? Let's see, what did I catch up on? Yes, Facebook user, it does come on YouTube. You can go to youtube.com/FatDadWholesale, I believe, will get us right to the YouTube link on it there. Now, let me catch up on here before money. Yes, money. We're gonna show you how to make money, because you can make money today. What else? Who else did I miss there? Let's see. Yeah, because there was Kristen, there was Marcia. Okay, we're right there. And then there was Martha, and then there's hello, Christine. I almost missed Christine there. Salons are closed in Colorado. They're supposed to be here, but like I said, I know some people have went and got one, or went and got their hair did. So I'm not quite sure how it's all working out. Sarah says works at a recreational vehicle sales place, and they're still open because it's automotive. So anything to do with automotive is still open. Some RVs are people's homes, and they live out of them. So an RV dealership needs to be open because they probably have a service department if something was to go down. So that's probably why an RV place is available. So yes, we got that. Looks a bit like you're trying to rob a train. I know. I totally thought that with this one. When I had it on, I'm like, that is totally Billy the Kid, right? And when I was walking around like this earlier, like, how could you go into a bank like this? Like, could you walk into a bank and feel like okay like this? That, back in the day, you're gonna, what is this? So think about that. Think about how much it's going to change the way we do things, because this is going to be the new norm. Either this, something like this, or something, like this is going to be the new norm. So yeah, that's going to be crazy. The other thing is nobody can tell when you're actually just mouth squaring them. So you can sit here and just say whatever you want. They never know. So that is kind of the fun thing about this. But yeah, it totally looks like you could rob something right here, and it does look like the ISO stronghold. You're right. So they are comfortable. These ones are soft. They didn't weren't warm on my face at all. So I was definitely impressed with them. Price points. That's going to be the big sticking point. You're people are going to charge a decent decent price for them, because when they can, they've got stuff into it. There's fault of that, but you got to know what you're paying for. Get it in your hand and see, because the last thing you want to do is sell something that is not garbage, and turn around and make a little cash on it there. Like I'll stretch your ears, but I'm adding nose wire. Yeah, so the ones from All Made, which when those coming back in stock, I have some of those coming. Those ones are $20 for 3 of them, so seven right there in that $7 range as well. And I think they have the nose guard in those ones, so it'll be nice to see those when they come in. Yeah, this one more surgical mask, but it's comfy. This one, they both weren't horrible, so I think it's going to come down to personal preference. But we're going to list them, and we'll see what happens with them and go from there. Just put the disclaimers on it. That it's a cover. It's not medically proven, things like that. Make sure you put your disclaimer on it, because you don't want any of that stuff on there. The ones that I'm making have the elastic that goes around the back of your head and neck, so it goes over. Yeah, those ones I don't know. I haven't had one of those yet come in to see exactly how I like it. Run out elastic, 1-inch t-shirt strips can be stretched. Well, see, I'm not a seamstress. Good to know. 800 yards of elastic. Wow, 800 yards. That's like 8 football fields. That's a lot of elastic. Is your salon closed? Mine's closed as well. Cabela's in Dundee. It's probably because they carry bait, and depending on what the DNR says as far as fishing and things like that, that's the way people hunt. People hunt and fish for food, so that's why those places are open. As in dirt bikes and ATVs, not mobile homes. I believe because it still has a motor and people still use those for work items. So transportation, that's why I think they're getting in there. More PBS, so more. What? Oh, awesome. Subly Source URL is available for sale. Ooh, interesting, Aaron. So do we need to have a little chat after this? Because maybe this is something fun. This sounds fun and amazing. Is the new norm going to be burkas? I don't know what a burka is. I gotta Google it. I should have just pretended. I should have read that first and seen what it is. Oh, okay. Yeah, it could be. Now I know what it is. I knew what it was. I just didn't know what the technical name for it was. And see, that's why I Google stuff. But probably, I think you're at least going to see it through the end of the year. I believe you're going to see a big downturn in the amount of festivals and events and things like that. I think once everything starts to reopen, public places are going to require you to have some kind of face covering before you can come in. But only time will tell. Only time will tell. I have many people in the medical field getting the mask from me because the elastic goes around the back of the head and the neck. Awesome, Kristen, post those if you could in the group so I can see what you're rocking and rolling with those, because I'm trying to think. It's like a big P. So does it? So on these, right? So these go from here to here. So instead of this, do yours go here to here? Is that how those ones work? So instead of top to bottom, instead of north to south, east to west, across that way. I'd be interested in seeing how those work out. What's your production like? How many can you bang out a day? How soon is this turnaround? those are all questions I love getting asked right now on things where it's like, how soon can you get these made? It's like 2 or 3 weeks before I've been getting stuff. So um, now it's starting to get a little better. And after the first round went out, they're saying I can start getting stuff in a week. Okay, that's better. So these ones, I think I might just go ahead and put these for sale. I don't know. We need to sublimate a couple of them and put something on it and sell it for there. But I think something's better than nothing if I could put that on there. It'd be good to go. They do seem to be overkill, but they're working. Right. One continuous piece of elastic. I think maybe I got you. And a downturn in attendance to think twice before going to a large event just because there are so many unknowns right now. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Sports are going to be a crazy thing. We traditionally go to a couple of Cubs games throughout the year. I don't know. There was talks of baseball being played without the fans, in their home stadiums. If you've ever been to Wrigley, that's not going to happen because you're going to have just as many people outside the stadium anyway. Mm-hmm. So how does it affect for the bars? Is there going to be limits on the amount of people that can go into a place? Restaurants are going to have to turn over faster. They're going to lose tables. So isn't pricing going to have to go up? Because, if they based all their pricing off of how many turns they can get and how many people they can fit in, and if they have to cut capacity by 25%, is that going to increase prices? It's going to be I don't even know the right word for it. A welcome challenge. I think people are going to look. You're going to see a new business develop, and it's going to be people that are going to be able to go in and efficiently help these businesses become compliant and turn back into a profitable business, because they're going to lose if it goes how they're talking, where you're going to have to still social distance and do that. You're going to lose capacity on stuff. Think about a movie theater. They pack you in there, and if they go and now they can only fit one every third seat. Or, if it goes a couple, you have to have 3 seats on each side of you. That drastically is going to reduce the amount of people that they fit in there. So what can they do? This is going to be an interesting ride for all of us. And I still think, there's still going to be things to go on. You're still going to have birthdays. Like I said, today was, what can we make money with? Aaron, I have given him 2 things that he needs to get, a pizza oven being one of them. I think a pizza oven would be a phenomenal idea. So hopefully we can get him in on that. But signs and banners. So yard signs, I think we're right about in the 12, depending on your volume. That's what it really comes down to. It's how many you're going to buy. We're about $12 a piece for them. And then, shipping. So at 17 of them, I think it was like $26 to ship. Something. $23, $26, somewhere in there, 25. Let's go 25. So it was 25 to ship, and they were at $12 a piece. Well, if you're selling them at 20 to 25, I've seen some people for 30, do the math on it. You're still making good return off that, and really, you send it through. Banners are the same way. I'm selling them to you for $3 a square foot. You can sell them for $5 to $9 a square foot. 6 foot seems to be about the going rate for it. And we're banging out banners. We got 142 that may or may not be in the mail, Sandy. They may be in the mail. Let me looking at the clock. If they're not in the mail, they're getting picked up first thing. But you will have them before Friday. Shipping, everything holds through. You're going to have those bad boys before Friday. So, yeah, there's a lot of good money to be made in those things. The senior signs, and it can be either senior, I don't care, but senior high school students, senior college students, they're graduating, but they're not getting the graduation part of it. So, we're doing class of 2020. Here's, their picture. Here's the school name. We're doing those signs and banners. Easy peasy to get taken care of, and it's easy money for you to make on that side of it. You send artwork, I print, send to you. Done. It's gonna be great. So get out there and go after those jobs. Like I said, sell them at that $5 to $9 range. Find out where you're at in there, and $6 seems about average. You got to think. So on a typical banner, let's say, a 2x4 banner. That's 2 times 4 is 8. Okay, so we got 8 times 3 is $24. So $24 is your cost on that banner. Now, we do that same math. 2 times 4 is 8 times 6. What's the math on that? 48. I think that's right. 48. So how much money did you make off that? Right? Now do that over 50 banners. Do that over 100 banners. See what I mean? Good money in there. So those signs, those banners, even ones for healthcare workers, or what do we did the essential worker. So proud home of an essential worker, and then they can choose like healthcare worker, delivery driver, retail, food service, nurse, firefighter, police officer. We did those, and they're doing decent enough. So they're able to just be able to print or just be able to order, and then there they go. So easy money to be able to do it. We're doing it both yard signs and banners. The Here for Good campaign, you can get with them with Sloan over there for the Here for Good, or set something up in your area. Ours, we already had a QC Strong one going, so we stuck with that, and it's done pretty good. We're given. It's not a big moneymaker by any means, but it has led to 3 separate orders from people that had either purchased shirts or ran those companies that also not only got shirts that we set up for them, but then ordered the other things from us: signs, banners, decals, work shirts, and that. So it worked out well. We're not making much of anything off the shirt because we're selling it at 20. We're giving 10 back to the business, and we're covering the shipping on it. We're making about $2 a shirt. So we're not making anything major, but we're making people happy. We're giving money back to the community, and it's all about trying to keep other things on there. So we're covering our costs. We're breaking even, making a little here, nothing earth shattering. We're not going to be able to get the Cybertruck, with it, but it's going to keep us out there, and it's still bringing in other stuff. So it's a good thing to have. So you need to go out there and find the jobs. You need to find what people want. Masks. These are going to be, I feel, your easiest sale over the next 6 months, especially as more and more people and more things are requiring them. I need to step. So take the time to source them now. And I know some of these, it's like, hey, 3 weeks out on stuff, 4 weeks out, and hey, our shelter in place is being lifted, at the end of April or 2 weeks into May or wherever it is, and I don't think we're going to need them after that. I have a feeling that it's going to, you're going to start seeing the other shoe drop, and people are going to want them. And when they're washable and things like that, they're going to want a couple of them. So not wearing the same one all the time. You can decorate it, whether through sublimation, transfers, screen printing, anything. I mean, right there. How many business-wise? Okay, so Bill's Heating and Air, company I used to be with. Right there, put their logo on it. Here you go. Here's your guys, mask for your guys. That way they have them out there. Start thinking of things like that. Look at, banks. Look at anything that has to do with the public. So any of your retail stores, any of your gas stations, anything that is dealing with the public, they're going to need masks. And if the employer isn't, supplying them, the employees maybe want them. So, just talk to them and say, hey, what can we do? Can we get with you guys and put your logo on this? Here's the price for it, and get it out there. It's gonna, take some legwork on you. It's just not gonna come in and fall in your hand. You're gonna have to do some work. You're gonna have to put them out there. But it's one of those things where you just have to do it. You just can't sit back at this time and be like, okay. For us, a big part of ours were sports. Christmas always got us through the first quarter. First quarter was traditionally dead. That's when we'd move stores and take vacations and do everything, everything fun like that. It was cold, whatever. It's more training. Like, where can we go to get out of this? And then, right in the middle of that moving store, would come back and this starts. Spring sports would kick up, and between baseball and softball and deck hockey, we'll probably, I don't even, it makes me sick to think the amount of money that we'll lose if those things aren't there. I don't think they're going to be there, so nothing I can do about it. What else can we do? I think there's still going to be weddings. They're just going to be smaller. There's still going to be, bachelorette parties, bachelor parties. There's still birthdays. There's still businesses. It's going to be focusing on those. And then when the other stuff starts to come back, I don't think we're going to see sport again until fall. I really don't. I think the summer is going to take off. And I don't think until school starts back up when we see the fall sports. I think I don't think there you might have the one-off stuff. If it does come back, it's going to explode, because the farther we go with stuff not doing, the less time frame, that window of niceness gets smaller. So before, in our area here, we have 3 major sporting complexes, for ball. They usually, only one of those has something going on a weekend. It's kind of like the unwritten rule. They have something this weekend, somebody has this one this weekend, and it kind of goes from there. I don't think it's going to happen. I think there's going to be something going on every weekend at every one of them, and they're going to try and bring as many people as they can in, because they've lost out on 6, 8 weeks, 12 weeks of revenue. So they need to get something going. So you're going to be able to sell. Whereas before, say this guy always had this tournament, right? He was the tournament guy. He took care of the tournaments that were there. Well, what happens now when there's multiple tournaments going on the weekend? And he was the one that did them all before. They're going to need somebody else. So once that starts up, hey, get out there and throw your name in the hat. Use transfers. You can press on site if you want to. Do a web store, pre-sale, get those out there to them. Tell them you can have limited size and style and colors on hand. If you're going to do 2 things with one on front and one on the back, you can take them both, press them both there, do them both beforehand. But it's super simple, and we've never walked away from a weekend event with less than 2K. And that was a bad weekend where it was just that's when they didn't do anything Friday night. They didn't even have us ready to be set up until almost 11 on Saturday morning. So it was already 4 hours after everything started. And then by Sunday at 1, it was petered out. Saturday night it was done by like 6. It wasn't the greatest, but hey, we made money at it, and it was a good time. So I'm just saying, you need to get out there, find those things, and like I said, if this takes off like that and it does come back, boom, there's going to be stuff going on every weekend. So let me get caught up on some comments and see where we are with things, see if I missed anything. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, throw them here in the chats. Either chat, I can see where you're at. I kind of made that rhyme. Good like that. Ooh, that was like a three-peat. So let's see. What was this? We were talking. Oh, you guys were really having a good conversation about here too. Yeah, Christine says downturn in attendance. Yeah, that's like trade shows. How is that going to work, Christina? As for you and your company there, how do you guys determine what trade show to go to? Because now here's the trade shows that you traditionally went to, and you would spend thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars, but by the time everything gets added up in there to go to these trade shows. And now what if only 500 people or 1,000 people show up? 5,000, is it worth it? Is it worth it to put all that time, energy into something, and you just don't know? So is it better to say, hey, this is what we're good with, and we're just taking the rest of the year off? Or do you go out there and take that chance and lose? It's a tough one, because you don't know who's going to show up for it, and you don't know if it's worth going and doing. Let's see. So Chris can do 30 or 40 of them a day, 30 and 40 of a day, chugging along. Providing the kids don't bother me with school questions. Oh, that's the worst thing. So maybe I'm wrong in my thinking of this, but here our schools said, listen, when they shut down, they told the kids, your grades cannot get any worse than this. Whatever they are, that's the lowest it can get. It can only go up from here. Okay, cool. Well, now that schools got canceled, the kids are going to do stuff because they know their grade can't get any worse than what it was there. It can only get better. The teachers, like ours, before, they were in school from 8 to 3, basically, right? Well, now our ones, we only see them for about 10 minutes a day on a Zoom call, and the rest of it's online, and they're available from 9 to 2. Now, I may be wrong, and it may offend somebody, and if I do, I'm sorry. But I don't get paid to teach my kid. That's what the teachers get paid to do. And if they're still getting paid, then they need to have a Zoom call all day so they can keep my kids busy so I can work and not be a teacher. Because I'm not getting paid to be a teacher. And I sure as hell ain't teaching core math. So not happening, honey. So it's a tough thing because going through all the planning and that, we've got not basically from 9 to 1 every day between all the kids is just school. I can't get anything done. It was Corey and I doing stuff, so we're trying to, here I'm getting up earlier, getting stuff done beforehand. She's taking care of all the kid stuff because she has a way, she's way more patient than I am. So, I don't know, maybe I should work on that. But so then it's work there, and then by the time that's done, okay, let's hurry up and get this stuff done. And then by the time things roll on, it's 4 or 5 o'clock, which normally when we're at the store, hey, that's when it's time for me to wind down, come home because I want to grill and that. Well, now it's getting nicer outside, so it's changing the way we do things. I don't like that I have to be a teacher and a parent, but homeschooling parents have it. They know they're looking at all of us like, what the hell's your problem? We do this all the time. Us that don't do that, it's way too much fun. So has anybody researched cotton versus poly? People I've talked to seem to be turned off by poly. I don't know. I haven't seen a whole lot on it, but I know these feel comfortable. They feel fine with it. I could do that whole candle test, but even having it there and blowing through it, it was still better than the Bellas. So I'm good to go on that. Oh, good to go. See, I didn't even drink. And Clark says mine take 35 to 45 minutes each from tracing a pattern to 2 layers of cotton, 2 layers of filter in the final stitch. I need to figure out how to streamline the process. Well, so here, even on that, like, just hear me out on this because it is a total labor of love. And if anybody who's selling masks for $20, that handmade it is ripping somebody off, they're not. If you just do the math on this, if your hourly labor rate is $100 and it's taking you 45 minutes to do something, labor alone states that mask should be $75, right? So, yeah, you got to think about that. Otherwise, you're doing it because you want to do it. You're not doing it to make money, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But when your other business starts suffering that you can't get to because you're stuck doing these that are losing money on it, definitely remember that when you're going through it. And Kristen's on fire because she can do it in 15 minutes. So Pilar sucks. I mean, Pilar just sucks. No, I love Pilar. She knows I love her. Adding nose wire too. Okay. A lot of adjustments happening, a lot of opportunities. The trick is to pay attention and be willing to adjust to new normal instead of resenting the change that has been made. Things most likely will never go back to the way they were. No, I don't believe they ever will. I think it was a natural reset that kind of needed to happen. According to history, you got to think. We've had the plague, we've had smallpox, we've had what other stuff? We've had all kinds of stuff throughout time that has been basically, a virus, an epidemic, a pandemic, something that took out mass casualties of people. It was a Mother Earth saying, "Yo, I need to just reset for a little bit, guys. So chill the f out." So this comes about. Look at how much. Some of the pictures that I'm seeing from places that are traditionally, covered in smog and you can't see far in it, and now you're seeing things. And even though some people are crazier, some people are still nicer. So it's kind of I think everything is going to change for the better on that. In the mail, I think they are in the mail, and I am wonderful. Why, thank you. No wire. Okay. Need a mask? I'm gonna have them. These I'm gonna. I said these ones. I don't feel horrible. Either one of these. I'm gonna be. I feel good enough to sell either one of them on our site. I was just waiting to kind of get the other ones in because I don't want to have 30 masks for sale on our site, and I want to try and the one that I'm working on getting in here. But I had to buy 500 of them. Yeah, I think I had to buy 500 of them. I think they're supposed to be in here middle of next week. But it is a 2-layer with a pocket in it. Price is cheaper, considerably cheaper. So it will make sense to be able to, and we can we can all make money off of it, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Might be false, but let's see. I'm having them made. I'm working with a company out in California to see about getting, and that's where both of these came from. In the next ones, it's just other people I found in the industry that were like, "Hey, I'm going in on this to have these made for me. Do you want to jump in and see what they look like?" So we're getting samples made and seeing how things turn out. Because, like I said, they've heard too many stories of people buying stuff and then now they get them and they're stuck with them because they don't feel comfortable selling them. So I want to get through it there. Martha, you just got extended through May 15th. I think wearing masks will continue to do so in the foreseeable future. Absolutely. Now, Martha, what state are you in that you're there? Because I know other states, they still plan on opening here pretty soon. County services, just order them with their names on them? Yeah. Like name, department, any of that stuff. That's what, you're going to be able to do it. It's just, it's going to be part of the business. Here's your name tag. Here's any of your stuff. You're going to have that on there. So I think it's just going to be, it's just going to be part of it. Yes, I'm going to I think I am going back into the shop tomorrow. And when I go back into the shop tomorrow, I'm almost 100% positive that I'm going to be able to sublimate on either one of these. I did see the ones from Stalls that Josh posted a little while ago, the flat ones that are going to be, that they sublimated on. He said it was fire. We are too old to use that word, Josh. It is according to my kids, so please refrain from using it, old man. It's kind of what I was told. But I did see those ones. I've seen a couple other ones that were also sublimation. I think Sublimation 101 has a face cover. Sublimation 101, hey, imagine that. They have one. From everything I saw on that, quality looks good, prints look good, so that's there. You just got to remember, you're selling this face covers, not face masks, and they're not going to have that. Make sure you put your your whatever in there. You know what I'm talking about. Not your terms and conditions. I guess your terms and conditions, your actual what it is thing, the jigger, that stuff. Yeah, somebody will tell me, and then we'll be good to go for it. Yep, fall sports is what I'm totally thinking there. Yep, and that's the thing is like them. What trade shows do they decide to do? I was on the phone with Matt last week, probably an hour, when we were just shooting the shit, trying to figure things out. Because traditionally, we have DAX Chicago, and that's the one that we get together for, and then I go down there, and it was like, hey, man, I don't know what's going to happen. What are your feelings on this? And I've said it for a while that I think anybody that has a digital product that they can sell, if you do any kind of training, if you do any kind of design work, if you do anything with that, the amount of money that you're spending on a trade show, if you're to put that into any kind of advertising, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, anything like that, I think you'd see a bigger return because you can get to the people that you want to get to and be able to bring them into your funnel for cheaper than would it be to go to a trade show and that. But it should still start at home with kids. Yeah. Sometimes I can do math good. Other times I'm not sure. Oh, look at this. I am a homeschool mom. The traditional school parents would have a hard time being thrown in teach. Absolutely. So I upset some people before because when they told us we were a teacher from home, I said it was a complete shit show. And they're like, "Why, you're too dumb to teach your kids?" I'm like, no, nobody was prepared for it. There was no lesson plans. The teachers weren't prepared for it. So how can they prepare the parents for it? There's no progress to know what you need to do or how you need to do it. There's no accountability for it. So they don't have the proper system in place to allow both the teachers to succeed or us to succeed. And it's nobody's real fault because nobody anticipated this happening. Now, what's going to come of this? I think that you're going to be able to see schools change to realize, okay, if we can make this work, maybe they only have to come to school 3 days a week. And it only has to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then we're doing 2 days of e-learning at home. I think there's a lot of good to come out of it because by doing that, you're going to save money. You're going to, because you don't have to necessarily pay the teachers as much because they're there as often. You don't have to, you're not going to have the heat and air and electricity and everything running as often because, you're as high for as much demand because it's there. You're going to cut down on food costs. You're going to cut down a lot of costs. So I can see where that, there. Nobody's prepared for this. Everybody's doing the best that they can with it, but without having a proper plan in place, it was not the greatest of it too. Dallas. Yes. Okay. That is your word there. Um, just send me the fabric to cut, or would shipping be ridiculous? Ooh, that is a good question. Fabric, boom, cut, boom, go from there. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclosure. Yes, yes, yes. You guys all nailed it. Disclaimer, disclosure. All the Dax shows are currently scheduled. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna see. We will know here shortly. I'd say in the next week or two, what's going to happen here in Illinois. Dax show is scheduled for Memorial Day weekend. No, Dax, Minnesota is scheduled for Memorial Day weekend. So we'll see. That we'll see what happens there. That's I'm looking forward to it. I hope that it happens, but I don't know. And then Dax Chicago is first weekend in August, I do believe. So maybe by then we'll be good to go. That's kind of what I'm hoping. Late August in Chicago is a fun time. It's either snowing or it's a billion degrees. So having it there, we'll see what happens. That's all we got to do is take it day by day and do what we can do to get on for it. You can just being with you every day. Oh, God. I don't think I've heard mommy as many times in the last 6 weeks than I have in the last 6 years, and it's just mom, 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 dad, 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 mom, dad, mom, mom, dad, dad, mom, dad. Hungry, ooh, food, mom, dad. You homeschooling parents, you guys are amazing. I don't know how you did it. I don't know how much you drink, and if you don't drink, more power to you because I don't understand it. I just I just don't get it. It is it's an amazing feat that you're on. So that's what we got. Like I said, signs, banners. Uh, Sandy, if you would like to, um, put out there how you pulled this off, go for it. If you'd like to share with the group on how you came about yours and all the ins and outs of it. But I know that's one person that's here in the group that can say, hey, this works and it works great. Hopefully, hopefully everything's working great. But with signs and banners, kill it on that. Birthday shirts, that's still a thing. You got people still want personalized gifts and they can order it and ship it and you go right to them. So those are good ones. Masks, like I said, are going to be there. The senior gifts, so any of your senior class stuff, signs, banners, flags, anything that they can put outside. I see that they're doing drive-through graduation parties, where here from 2 to 4, come by, honk, let us know you're there, and then they're sitting on the porch waving. So things like that. So start thinking about things that you can do like that. I know Aaron's wife Kylene over at We Heart Biz is doing a virtual graduation party for people. That's another thing that you can use as a selling tool to be able to bring people in to get them in that funnel. Just start looking around and seeing what you can do to make things work. You can get through this. We will do it together, hand in hand. However this works, we'll get there. No, let's just say these. It just before it only happened like from the time I got home to the time I went to bed. Now it's like from the time I get up to the time I go to bed, and it's tough, Aaron. It's tough. It's nonstop, and they have no concept of time. They have no concept of weather either, because they see sun outside, so they assume that it's nice outside, not that it's 35 degrees out, and cold. They just see sun and think they need to go outside and play, which means you have to bundle them up and you have to go out there with them and try and not freeze. So it's that's my last kids. I'm not having any more kids. No, I'm done. I'm done having kids. So, yes, it's my last. We're done with that. All right. Anybody else have anything else? If not, I'm going to go fire up the smoker. We did pork loin last night. Oh, baseballs. I'm throwing steaks on tonight. Pulled pork is tomorrow, followed up by brisket on Thursday. I went all out. So that means I got to do ribs on Friday. Ooh, ribs on Friday sound good. Or maybe Saturday because my neighbor will be home because, he still has to work a real job on that. So maybe that'll just be leftovers. We got the pork loin last night, gone, killed it. And then, like I said, steaks tonight, pulled pork, brisket, ribs on Friday or Saturday sound good. So that is my plan for this week. I hope that you have a spectacular week. You can join us tomorrow night between the hours of 3 and 5 for Q&A with TNA. Now, if you don't know about this little program, you can go, and I think I have the banner right here somewhere. Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. So let's see if I go here. Let's go here. Let's edit this. I can do this real quick because I'm cool like that. Not there. I'm not that cool because I can't type that. Great. Save. So you can go right here to OurSuccessGroup.com/QA, where we answer your questions. And remember, no question is off topic or off limits or off whatever. You can go ahead and put whatever you want on there. You can ask anything, doesn't have to be business related, anything at all, but we need questions because without questions, we can't give answers. And then we're just sitting here staring at each other for 15 minutes to half an hour, which last night was a pretty spot on one where we did get there in time for, our, we were done pretty quick. So ask questions there. Also, a week from Wednesday, if you go over to OurSuccessGroup.com, you don't need the slash part, there is the training class for building a business plan. Let me get you I can pull this. Oh, yeah, I can do this. I forgot about some stuff sometimes, and then I remember how good I am with it. Because then I got to kick it over here. And where it is, 5 keys. There it is, 5 keys. Then I should be able to kick into here and share screen and get a tab, right? And just like that, boom, right? That pull up from there? I think so, right? Yeah. So we got this. So, the 5 success keys to planning, 5 success keys to planning for business success. So this is next Wednesday, the 29th, this starts. So you can go ahead and sign up there. You can get all 5 of them for $99 for it, just right here. Or if you really want to be a cool cat, cool cats and kittens, you can just sign up for the membership program, which is right up here at the top. Because, hey, for that's only $50 a month right now. Ooh, because that is in place until the last shelter-in-place order is lifted. So you can get right there. And that's going to give you lifetime access to the trainings, minimum 2 trainings per month, access to live video Q&A, email access to the trainers. So boom, that's $50 a month. Or, the annual membership, when you break it all down that way, paid annually, it's $299, which comes out to $24.91 a month. Come on now. How can you tell me that doesn't sound like a great idea? So that's what we got going on. We got that starting next Wednesday. We've still got Q&A with TNA tomorrow, then Thursday Q&A with TNA, then 2 regular guys on Friday, then Small Business Saturday on Saturday, then back here next week. Just do it all over again. So on that note, let me make sure I got everything caught up here in the questions. Let's see. Kaki's here just in time to leave. Great. As of right now, we have no show tomorrow. Sad face. So, I need you. This really is going to disappoint me. I need everybody right now. OurSuccessGroup.com/Q&A. Ask a question. Anything. I don't care. The more questions, the better, because Aaron thinks we need to answer them all in one time, and that's why we don't have any questions, because, at times when we could get away with 2, he answered 10, and we were there for 3 days. So, just saying. Go there, ask a question. It can be on masks, it can be on hats, it can be on laces, it can be on reflective vinyl, it can be on water, it can be on Fireball, it can be on Captain. I don't care. We can do whatever. And I know it looks bad that I have bottles of booze right here, but hey, whatever. All right, guys, you have a great night. We will see you back here tomorrow between the hours of 3 and 5 Central, because there will be questions that need to be asked, and we will have those answers. You guys have a great night. We'll see you then. I think that's it. We'll get out of here. There it is, and broadcast.